The 4 on the bottom means that the note value that is defined as one beat is a quarter note. So it's not a fraction. It's not 4 over 4, meaning like 1. It's not a fraction. The top number is the amount of beats, and the bottom number is what kind of note gets the beat. So if we think about a quarter note, 1/4 note, and we just take away the top part of that fraction, we're left with a 4. Right? If we think about an eighth note, a 1/8 note, and we take away the 1, we just have the 8. So if it's in, let's say, 4/8, that would mean that an eighth note. Hey everybody, Gary here with Guitar Tricks, and in this lesson we're going to go over how to figure out what time signature a piece of music is in. So we're going to go over common time signatures like 4/4, 6/8, 3/4, and also some odd ones like 5/4 and 7/4. So first I'm going to give you a couple of different strategies to help you figure out what's going on, and then I'm going to play a whole bunch of different examples and guide you in figuring out what time signature those examples are in. Before we get into the lesson, please go ahead and click subscribe so that you get all the latest and greatest content from Guitar Tricks. All right, let's get into it. So the first thing you want to be able to do is identify the beat, because it's the beat that we need to count to figure out what time signature we're in. So I'm going to play an example, and I want you to start tapping the beat, clapping the beat, just feeling the beat. And then after going through the cycle, I'm going to tap along with you, or I'm going to say tap, and hopefully we match up. Here we go. Tap, 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 tap. All right, hopefully that's what you got. So then the second step is figuring out if we are going to group those beats in 3s, in 4s, and 5s. So the way that we do that is by identifying a pattern. So there's a pattern to this chord progression, or there's a pattern to a riff. Whatever you're listening to, it's a pattern. And it's either a pattern that's in multiples of 4, or it's a pattern that's in multiples of 3, or something else, multiples of 5 or 7 or something like that. So let's identify the pattern here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2. So it's a 16 beat pattern. So 16 is a multiple of 4. So instead of saying it's 16 beats, we could say it's 4 measures of 4. 4, 8, 12, 16. So then it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that's kind of the long way to do it, and that might be a better way for a beginner to figure it out, but you could also just listen to a little chunk of that. You could probably tell after just 2 chords or 1 chord if it's multiple of 4 or 3. So for instance, when I go, right there is enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you might be wondering, well, what if I wanted to break it into 3? It just would feel so weird. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I can't even do it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. See, it just doesn't work. It only works in multiples of 4. So step is identify the beat, then figure out, are those beats grouped in 4? Or are they grouped in 3? If you're saying, well, maybe they're grouped in 2, that's just the same as 4, right? It's a duple meter. There's duple meter and triple meter. Duple is reducing it into groups of 2, so 4/4 is a duple meter, and triple meter is if it's in groups of 3. Now in popular music, when musicians are communicating with each other, the bottom number in the time signature is not as important, because generally we're not using notation. So when we say it's in 4/4, the more important number is that top number. It just means there's 4 beats per measure. So we have a 4 count. The 4 on the bottom means that the note value that is defined as one beat is a quarter note. So it's not a fraction. It's not 4 over 4, meaning like 1. It's not a fraction. The top number is the amount of beats, and the bottom number is what kind of note gets the beat. So if we think about a quarter note, 1/4 note, and we just take away the top part of that fraction, we're left with a 4. Right? If we think about an eighth note, a 1/8 note, and we take away the 1, we just have the 8. So if it's in, let's say, 4/8, that would mean that an eighth note gets the beat. If it's in 4/4, that would mean a quarter note gets the beat. If it was in 4/2, what do you think that would mean? That would mean a half note gets the beat, because a half note, the fraction is 1/2, and we just take away that 1. If it was in 8/16, that would mean there's 8 beats in the measure and a 16th note gets the beat. Okay, so in notation, that's what that bottom number means. But right now, we're just more concerned with that top number. So that was an example of 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's use that same strategy with a new chord progression, but I'm going to play the same chords. So the first step is to identify the beat and tap the beat. Here we go. Tap, 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 tap. Now this brings up an interesting thing. You might, based on how I was playing, been thinking tap, 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 tap. Now if you were, that makes sense, but the way to know if you're tapping double the speed that you're supposed to is think about, is the overall feel a slow feel? Is it a really fast feel? Think about that overall feel, because this tap, 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 that's fast, right? Is that how we're really feeling the beat? If we were gonna dance to this, would we be like, no, right? If we were gonna dance to it, we'd be feeling the beat more like this. Tap, 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 tap. The way I'm swaying my head, not like this. Yeah, right? So it's one of those things, it's just the beat kind of defines the feel. A composer or a band would not define the beat in that double time. They might fill in the space with other notes like I was doing, tap, 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 but that beat allows some space, right? Okay, so now that we got that beat, we could either very quickly identify what the groupings are just based on a couple chords, or we can try to find the entire pattern and find where the pattern starts and count all the beats between that start. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. So what did I get there? I got 12, which is a multiple of 3. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. So really we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you might be thinking, well, 12 is also a multiple of 4, not just a multiple of 3. But if we took 12 and made groups of 4, we would have 3 groups of 4, and that would not be a grouping that would work in a 4/4 time signature. So we're looking for symmetry. 3 groups of 4, there's no symmetry. 4 groups of 3, there's some symmetry. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Whereas 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 wouldn't really work that well. All right, so this brings us to a huge point of confusion for people. What is the difference between 6/8 and 3/4? So many people on YouTube, on the internet, just people you talk to mistake 6/8 for 3/4, but they're not the same thing. Remember, time signatures are not a fraction, so 3/4 does not equal 6/8. 6/8 means that the 8th note gets the beat, and we count that 8th note 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3/4 means a quarter note gets the beat, and we count that quarter note 3 times. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now the thing about 6/8 is it's a compound meter. That means that it's kind of duple and triple at the same time. We could think of it as 2 dotted quarter notes or as 6 eighth notes. And we're going to talk about that in one of the examples coming up. Now, 3/4, one of the ways to know that you're in 3/4 is that you could not possibly count it in groups of 2. As we're going to see, 6/8 can be counted in groups of 2. We could think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. 3, 4 cannot be counted in groups of 2. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. I'm going to play that example. See if you could somehow count it in 2. Here's what would happen. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. It just doesn't line up. There's no way. Even if I slow it down. 1, 2. I can't. 1, 2, 1, 2. But see what I did there is I changed the timing. I went 1, 2, 1. It just does not work. That's how you know you're in 3/4. You can't reduce it to any grouping of 2. 6/8, very different. The next example I'm going to play in 6/8. First, I want you to identify the beat. Here we go. So if you got the beat, it goes tap, 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 and so on and so forth. So then identifying the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And yes, this does work with a 3 count. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. But the thing is, it's a compound meter. 6/8 is actually a really slow duple meter, like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So with that in mind, we've got to say 6/8, because 6/8 is felt like there's 2 main beats. There's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 1 and the 4 are the main beats in 6/8. And a lot of times in 6/8, you hear an accent on that 4th beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. So to summarize, 6/8, you can reduce it to larger groupings of 1, 2, 1, 2. With 3/4, you can't do that. All right, so now what I was saying earlier about how in order to know that you're right about the amount of beats, the start of the pattern must always be on the 1. That's going to be an important concept right here. So I'm going to play you something I made up. It's just a little kind of hard rock riff. And I want you to figure out what time signature this one is in. So step 1 is identifying the beat. That's not going to be hard because I play on every beat. So then it's just counting. How many times does the beat happen before I get back to the big one where the pattern starts? All right, here we go. You ready? Tap 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 tap. I want you to just say start every time the pattern starts. Start. 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 Okay, then we have to just start giving them numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 1. 14. multiple of what? 7. So this one's in 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's a 2 measure pattern in 7. Now 7 is a meter that you can think of either as a group of 4 followed by 3 or a group of 3 followed by 4. So there's usually an accent on the 1 and the 3 or the 1 and the 4, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So in my pattern here in this riff is a 3 followed by a 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, for this next one, I'm going to go back to that chord progression we had earlier. Here we go. So identifying that start. Start. Then doing the whole count if you need to, but you might discover what it is before doing the whole count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Right? So it's 10 divided by 2 is 5, and you might have discovered that after the first 2 chords, because we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we went to the E minor. All right, everybody, I hope that was fun and helpful for you. I hope you now understand the difference between common time signatures like 4/4, 3/4, and 6/8, and some of the odd ones like 5/4 and 7/4. If you want to learn more about all this stuff and guitar playing in general, head over to guitartricks.com. If you want to see more lessons like this, please subscribe. Have fun, happy playing, and I'll see you in the next lesson.